Yeah, man. All I know is I looked up. I came out the tunnel and I seen him right there. He was the first one there. I'm like, I didn't realize that it was gonna be him. But you know, man, we got such a special relationship, you know, over the years, and the respect we have for one another. So it's a great opportunity for me to score a 75-yarder first time back home, and for me to be seen. I mean, him to be the first one I seen out. That was special.
You scored a lot of touchdowns in your career. You were holding that ball like that's special. Is that accurate?
Hey, man, you know, I just like to have fun, man. I've learned a lot in my career, done some bonehead things. So, I mean, it's just an opportunity where I know I'm not around nobody and I know my speed. So, you know, once I feel like I'm ahead of a defender, I don't feel like no one can catch me. So, just over the years, you know, just kind of still, you know, doing what I do, bringing that flash to the game.
Before the season, I asked you about the guys left in the attack. You said, you'll see. Yeah. To be out here to do it at home in LA, what did it show? What did you show, like, how much guys you actually do have left in your tank?
Yeah, I mean, for me, man, you know, I take pride in, you know, coming to work during the week, being a veteran guy, you know, and a leader in the locker room. You know, the young guys kind of just, you know, showing them what it's like to be a professional, being in this league for 14 years, been, you know, some great teams, had a lot of success, you know. So for me, just day in and day out, just really putting the hard work into it and dedication. So, you know, anytime I'm able to get out there on the field and continuously show that I can still play at a high level, I take pride in that. So, you know, with the opportunities, you know, coming to a new situation, you know, you got guys like Cooper, you know, that's been here to have a lot of success. So for me, just trying to figure out a role and just being patient. You know, me and McVay had long conversations, long talk, and just, you know, just be patient. I'm going to figure out ways to get you the ball. And, you know, for me, that's a big responsibility for me to come here and, you know, be that deep threat that, you know, they didn't have last year.
Sean, what does it mean for you guys to come here and defeat the defending Super Bowl?
Special. You know, we're going to enjoy this one for sure tonight. You know, the Super Bowl champs, man, they're a great team, great quarterback, one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. So just sitting back watching it, I kept saying we're going to have to score points. We're going to have to score points every time we got on the field as far as the offense. But it's just one game. But honestly, it's early in the season. We're 3-0. We got another big game next week coming, you know, conference rival or whatever you say. I'm new to this, so I don't know if it's a rival or whatever, but I know we got a big conference game next week in Arizona Cardinals. So we'll enjoy this tonight and get ready for Monday tomorrow.
Last one here.
You guys add layers to the offense, like you and each threat. Do you feel like this is a team that could, and I know it's early, that could play in the Super Bowl?
I mean, you know, if I had my favorite wish, yeah.
Needs better ball security.
Hey, if I had my favorite wish, for sure. But we don't want to peak too soon. Like I said, it's just one game early in the season. But, you know, we know what we're capable of doing. So, you know, week in and week out, we're going to keep working and do what we need to do. But we definitely look forward to being there.
All right, all set.
Thank you.
Excellent football team right there. It's just some weird stuff, guys, I tell you. You know, but really pleased with all three phases. You know, that's a football team that's got that's playing as well as anybody. It's a big step in the right direction for us, but it's just one game. And I was really pleased with it, but it really just means, hey, we're 3-0. We got a great matchup next week that we'll move forward to. We'll enjoy this for the rest of the night, and then we'll come back, clean up the film, and be ready to go. But a lot of great individual contributions. I thought it was a great team win. You know, all three phases contributed. They played at the level that we expect. Guys stayed connected. They stayed together. Obviously, Matthew Stafford's leadership was outstanding today. I thought, you know, he made some really incredible plays, especially third down. I thought he was outstanding on third down as the game started to unfold, where we had that, you know, sequence where we went 4 drives in a row with touchdowns. DeSean made his big plays. Defensively, Aaron was all over the place. Jalen, I thought Kenny Young was a great, you know, outstanding today. Responding from a little bit of a setback last week, he handled it perfectly, took accountability, ownership. Thought Johnny Hecker to have 3 punts, all of them end up inside the 20. So Matt Gay continues to deliver in a big way. I was really pleased with our special teams. I thought they made a step in the right direction, and that was a positive. So pleased with the win. A lot of respect for Coach Arians and that group, and you know, they're going to win a lot of games, as we all know.
You didn't feel it was a measuring stick game, that sort of thing. But from an evaluation standpoint,
what you guys did today. Where does that fit in?
Yeah, it means that we're 3-0, and we played a team that's the reigning Super Bowl champs, which that was last year, but they've played really well in their first 2 games. And so, if you said, hey, who are the teams that were 3-0 last year or in previous years, I bet you really couldn't remember. There's so many football games to go. We've got to have steady improvement. Very pleased with the way the guys handled it. I'm excited about the win, but I also know that, hey, we got to enjoy it, and then you got to be able to move forward. Whether we ended up winning or losing that game, you have to be able to move forward in this league, and so that's what our guys will do. I have total trust and confidence in the leadership from our team, with our players, and then our coaching staff.
Celebrated as much as I think they've seen you on the sideline.
Yeah.
What was behind all that?
You know what? I think I probably had too much caffeine from Joey Blake. He gave me some extra stuff, and I definitely wasn't short on energy. I'll probably catch cramps later today. But you know what? I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I was just kind of being in the moment and having fun and enjoying watching these guys do their thing, and there was a lot of reasons to be excited for our team today.
Some of the efforts.
He did. It was really great, Maria. I thought he had some really tough, hard-earned yards. I mean, that's an excellent defense. They've been, the best at stopping the run for the last few years, and really ever since Coach Bowles got there. It was tough, hard-earned. He had a couple good runs, too, where we were able to churn out the clock. Even the drive that resulted in a field goal, I want to say it was 14 plays or something like that. He had a couple critical runs to just keep the clock moving, really just, keep us in control of that game. And then he had a great 15-yard run on the one toss play on the first drive, or on that last drive that we kind of had before we ended up taking a knee. So really pleased with Sony, and he's only going to just continue to build off of this.
I know you mentioned Kenny Young earlier, but in terms of the defense as a whole, some of the effort plays, third down, fourth down situations, red zone, how are you seeing these guys complement each other from the front end to the back?
I think you just mentioned it really with the question is they are complementing one another. They're seeing things as one. They're playing great team defense. They're making people snap it one more time. I mean, Tom has such a good feel. He's able to read and recognize, all right, what are some of the looks? I thought our guys did an outstanding job. So really, all 3 levels of the defense, seeing things as one, playing as one, picking one another up. I thought it was outstanding. I thought Raheem had a great plan in the defensive coaching staff. And that's an excellent offense. I mean, you look at, they're going to make some of their plays. I thought we were physical throughout. I thought we were physical, but we were also within the parameters of, being smart and safe. And it was exciting. They did a great job today, Jordan. We got him on the grass, and that was something that, like I said, nobody's more responsible than I was those first couple weeks. I don't run away from those excuses because whatever I would say after would be an excuse. But he's a playmaker. He showed that. But we do need to get that ball security better. I was not kidding about that, but he did a great job. It was fun. He's electric. And we got a lot of players that made a lot of plays. I thought Higbee had some critical third down conversions. We mentioned Sony. Robert Woods, the 20-yard in cut that he caught was a big play. I mean, you talk about a guy that has had, some hidden big-time plays in these 3 weeks. This guy's a stud. He's a captain for a reason. Van Jefferson continues to be steady, and then Cooper delivered. And Cooper's so critical of himself. He's going to be bothered by a couple plays, but he still comes up with almost 102 touchdowns. And there's a lot of good things in the offensive line. These guys are steady. They're tough. They're resilient. And I love working with these guys.
3 games in, but does this team have what it feels like as a Super Bowl makeup?
Yeah, you just mentioned it, Lindsay. It's 3 games in. Through 3 games, we've done a good job. We've done what we can in terms of being 3-0. But it's weird saying 14 games left. We got 14 games left. That is so much football left. You can't get complacent. I don't worry about that at all, like I mentioned to you guys. But we got a tough, I believe, an undefeated Arizona Cardinals team that we're going to see next week. And we're going to be where our feet are planted. We're going to enjoy tonight. And then we're going to come back ready to work and get after these guys. It's going to be a tough challenge. I don't have an update on him. Sorry about that. I'll get you after this. Go ahead. Yeah, I think it was just the amount of ways that they can beat you, and then that's what good offenses do. I thought we did a good job kind of keeping the ball in front of us. They still made their plays. You got Evans, Godwin. Those guys are excellent players. Gronkowski's going to make his play, even Brate. And I thought Gio Bernard, is a really good back that I have tremendous respect for, even going back to, his days at Cincinnati. And so I thought we did a good job just making them snap it one more time. They made their plays, but overall I thought we did a great job. I was really pleased with the effort. And then we really stopped and shut out the run, which was, an important part of emphasis. Wanted to make them one-dimensional. And then I thought our rush was able to get home and, continue to make them extend drives or get some key critical stops. And really pleased with those guys today. I'll get you next, Bill. Go ahead. I don't know if there was ever really a decision made. I think my hamstrings are already sore. I probably pulled them both. But I think just pure excitement. I'm not really thinking about those things in the moment, just enjoying it with these guys. The fans were awesome today, too. I mean, what an electric atmosphere in this stadium. And, you know, the 2 times that we've been here against the Bears and now today, it was rocking and it was awesome, you know, to be able to see our guys put on a good show for the fans.
Oh, yeah, Bill, the atmosphere.
What he's done through 3 games, I think his resume kind of speaks for itself, Bill. He's done a great job through those 3 games, and that's all he can really do. I think he's just seamlessly accommodated himself or really acclimated himself to being in our building. His teammates love him, his coaches love him, and he just goes about his business. He's so steady, he's so consistent, and I just thought he got better as the game progressed, and, you know, love working with him. Okay, thanks, guys.
You guys doing? Good? Great.
How you doing?
I'm great.
How you feel about the performance today?
I mean, anytime you can walk away with a W, you're happy with that. All the stuff we can learn from, all the mistakes. I mean, just speaking for myself personally, just not how you want to start the game off, some plays that you want to make. Little things here and there that I just got to do better. But that's football. You know, there's good and bad. There's ebbs and flows to the game, and you learn from it. You move forward. You try to be better the next week. Yeah, I think it's just continuing to grow. Everyone. I mean, just getting a feel for how he likes to do things, where he's looking on certain coverages and the plays that he likes, and where he's progressing through things. And there's still a lot of growth there too, which is exciting. And we're not going to be complacent with that. We know that there's we're never going to say we've arrived. You know, there's a lot of work to do, and but it's a lot of fun building it. It's a lot of fun working together and collaborating on that. So it's been great, and I'm looking forward to what's to come. Yeah, I think you always want to be the aggressor. I think try to dictate things as much as you can offensively. They've got a great secondary, regardless of you lose someone. You have someone back there, Jamel Dean is a good football player, but they've got a lot of good guys on that squad, and so you just want to try to dictate things. Try not to, we didn't change up our plan as much as it was just continue to attack, continue to be aggressors.
Seems like you and Matthew, and you guys in this offense in general, sort of set things up one week and then do something that maybe the defense expected you to do last week, but you put a twist on it a week later. What is that process like, specifically as it pertains to collaborating with Matthew on the design?
Yeah, well, I think that's. I think as an offense, you want to not be stagnant. You want to build off things, and defenses are watching what offenses do, and obviously are trying to come up with answers for it. And our job as an offense is to not just be stuck doing the same thing over and over again, but be able to have answers off of it, be able to make things look the same but be different, as Sean has said millions of times. So that's something that we just continue to do, continue to grow, continue to adapt, let the offense kind of be pliable and movable, and as players just be able to go out there and execute it.
To your point that there's no such thing as a perfect game, but in your time here, is this would it be accurate to say this is one of the most balanced games from spreading the wealth to run-pass ratios as well?
Oh yeah, in terms of spreading it out and the balance of that, offense, defense, special teams playing together, without a doubt. But we're going to go back within the first drive. We'll probably spend 10 minutes watching the first drive, just, 3 and out, I think, and there's going to be so many things that we can correct, so many things that we can do better as an offense, and that's the beauty of this game. We're able to come out of here with a W, and it's because we're able to move on from adversity, be able to handle it, move forward, and not let it affect the next play, and that's the beauty of it.
What does a game like this say about what this team's capable of?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of growth that we have to do. By no means do I think we don't measure ourselves against anyone except for the our guys in our room. We judge ourselves within the walls of our building, and we're going to see what we can do better, reflecting on our game, not measuring up against anyone else, and then we make the adjustments, move forward, and continue to get better.
Does adding that layer of DeSean Jackson in the offense help you guys?
Oh, he's such an explosive football player. It's just it's incredible being able to see that speed on the field, see that on display. So anytime you have someone that can run over the top like he can, arguably one of the best to do it in terms of getting down the field like that. So he's an incredible football player. Just really lucky he's on our team, and he just took great advantage of the opportunities he had, and that's just going to continue to grow.
You mentioned an offense that can be pliable and kind of could be maybe like a living, breathing thing that evolves down the stretch. What does that mean in terms of what becomes possible for you guys late in the season?
Yeah, well, I think that's I don't know where we can necessarily get to. It's it's the beauty of just continuing to build and not being stuck doing one thing, being able to kind of just continue to add and build, build blocks, and as long as we're able to execute the things and we're able to follow the rules and be able to attack defenses the way we want to, and everything is sound, it's just there's no telling where it can go. And that's the fun thing. I'm glad the coaches, we get to come in Wednesday and see what the coaches have been drawing up the last couple of days.
Last one, guys.
With 3 games that you guys have already played, what have you learned about yourself and this team as far as just what you guys have been able to accomplish?
Yeah, I think something I've learned is we truly embody that attitude of understanding that there's not going to be perfection, but that we're going to push for that, we're going to shoot for that, and being okay with making mistakes and not being okay with saying this is good enough. That's the beauty of it. We've got the right guys. When those mistakes happen, everyone is pushing for success. Everyone's doing everything they can to be positive, to be able to be a producer on this team. And when you've got the right guys, it just makes it so much easier to then, see a mistake, correct it, move forward, and know that everyone's moving forward together. I'm really glad to be a part of this team because it makes it so much fun as a player that all the other team guys that are on that field with you. They're all moving towards that same goal. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
That was your first sack on Tom Brady. Does it feel like a special one?
Oh, it was a big play for us. So anytime you get to the quarterback and
you active and help the team. So, every sack's a big sack, but, to get him out of field goal range and end up missing was big for us. So.
I know we don't know his status or anything right now, but the way Justin Collins has sort of stepped up for you guys through these first 3 games, what has that meant to this defensive line?
Well, that's why he's out there. We expect that from him. I think guys is playing lights out. We got Flo out there who's making some plays. Great Gaines is rushing good. Bash is rushing good. So it's multiple guys that's out there that's flying around making plays, man. Kenny's out there making a lot of plays. Secondary playing lights out. So when you got a defense like that where, it's all 11 that's making the big plays, man, it's hard to, for a team to, beat a defense like that. And we got to continue to get better, continue to do them things. So, sky's the limit.
You have a win like that. You guys never trail. You guys control it. You've been saying this whole time you like your defense. Does it validate it even more?
Well, our mindset is to go out there and get offense back the ball. We know eventually they're going to get points on the board, and, we go out there, do our job. We stay stout. We try to get turnovers or, get 3 and outs and keep feeding the ball, and good things happen. So that's the mindset. We continue to do that. We can win a lot of games. So.
You've always enjoyed getting the crowd up and playing to that. It seemed like today was pretty
It's loud, man. It's so loud. It was so loud. Everybody, we was trying to make checks, and we had to keep echoing because we couldn't hear it, man. But I love it. That's the atmosphere you want to play in. To have that in a home stadium, packed. I know it's hard for the offense to, get certain things off. So we got to continue to have that with the fans, man. It's been great to, have a packed house every week. Making a lot of noise for us. So it's been fun. So.
How much fun is it watching Matthew Stafford?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's a whole lot of fun, man. I just seen him outside the door. I gave him a hug and said, "I love you, man." So he's playing lights out, though. That's why he's here. You expect that from him, and I know he's gonna continue to do what he's doing, even at a higher level. So I'm just happy that guy's on my team. So.
Aaron, what does it say about this team to defeat the defending Super Bowl champions?
Well, that's last year's success. This is a new year. We just went out there as a team. We played our game, and we 3-0. It's a good start. We still got a lot more work to do. It's still a long season, but I think we're in a good position right now and where we at, and we got to continue to build off it. So.
Game plan going into today. I know earlier this week you said we got to get our hands up, and obviously you did that earlier.
It was just play our game. We know we can get the ball out quick. Don't get frustrated. There's going to be times where you got to hold the ball and make things happen. I think, he was a little bit more active as far as running the ball than we thought as a quarterback with Brady. But, he made things happen with his feet a little bit. So, I think we did our job overall as far as, making them frustrated, and pressuring them, making them feel up to the point where, he ain't able to, step up and make certain throws. So, and guys on the back end did a great job. So.
The broadcast last week showed you have a conversation with Kenny on the field and try to maybe settle him down a little bit. Watching him come out and do what he did tonight, what was that like for you guys?
Oh, well, that's Kenny. He's a playmaker. He's an important part to the defense. He know that. That's one of the things you had to talk to him about last week, and we've been talking to him this week about. It was a learning experience for him last week. I've been through that situation as well. So, to see him come back out and play the way he played, a high level, flying around, making a lot of plays, that's why he's out there. That's why he's a playmaker for us. So.
Which strides did this defense make today?
Huh?
Which strides?
I think we just played 4 quarters. I think everybody was out there flying around, played stout. Obviously it wasn't perfect at times, but we found ways to, play at a high level enough to help us win. So we just got to continue to build off that. So.
Aaron, can you talk about you guys reporting the whole, the lead after halftime? Can you talk about being able to protect the lead?
Well, we got the lead, and we just play ball. That's what it come down to, playing 4 quarters. Like I said earlier, trying to get 3 and outs, get the ball back to the offense, and keep feeding them and let them do what they do. And, I think from offense to defense to special teams, everybody played good football today. And, to be the type of team we want to be, to get to where we're trying to get to, we got to continue to be like that. So.
Aaron, how much fun does this group have, besides you guys as a unit?
I think we got a good group, man. I think everybody get along well, great. Everybody like being around each other. We enjoy being around each other. Everybody's always having fun together. And last time we had a team like that, we went to the Super Bowl. So to have that here right now, it's fun. It's fun to come to work. It's fun to be around these guys. So we just got to continue to work. So.
Do you think
Last one, guys.
has the pieces to Super Bowl makeup?
For sure. You know, it's only 3 games. We still got a long season, but obviously that's the ultimate goal. You know, that's what we're chasing. You know, that's the only thing I'm chasing. So it's a long season, but I think we're in a good position. We stay focused, go week to week, and we'll see what happens from there. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Shots downfield in your time, but what is that feeling like when the ball's in the air and you can kind of feel the crowd swell up underneath that pass?
Oh, it's great. I wish they'd have swelled up on the first 2. Help me out. Left a couple short to D-Jack today, but no, I was happy for him. You know, he did a great job getting behind the defense a couple times today. You know, I missed him on a couple, so glad to make one of them count. It was a big play for us. You know, instead of going 3 and out right there, get a long touchdown and put a little wind in the sail, so it was great. Yeah, it's been great. We do. We have so many talented guys. I think Sean does a great job of, you know, just calling plays and letting us go out there and play. And, you know, let me get through progressions, and our guys are just doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm trying to get it to them as best I can. I think we had a lot of guys touch the ball today and make plays. So that's when we're at our best. I keep saying it, but when, you know, we make defenses defend the entire field and everybody on our roster, that's going to be good for us.
You guys got Higbee going early.
Yep.
Whether he was lining tight, wide, was that part of the game plan, or you saw something over his first couple of series that allowed him,
You know, I think we just kind of have plays, you know, that you know, it wasn't a specific matchup or anything like that. You know, I think we were just going out there calling plays, you know, that Sean did a great job of designing. We tried to go out there and execute them. You know, he did a great job after the catch a few times. You know, had a big 3rd down conversion over the middle as well. So, you know, he's an unsung guy for us. He does a little bit of everything for us and really talented player. So I'm glad he had a big day.
LA, you mentioned that you want to play on big games, big stage. I know it's only week 3, but with the matchup that was today, did this feel like a really big one to you?
Yeah, I mean, every time we go out there, it's a big one. You know, we prepare really hard. You know, we practice, we work hard, we watch tape, we do all those things, and we get one chance a week to go out there and execute and make those plays. And, you know, no doubt Tampa's a really good football team, you know, a team that Super Bowl champs, Tom Brady, the defense, all of it. So it was a big challenge for us. It was just nice to go out there and play our game. You know, we went out there and executed. Didn't start as fast as we wanted to, but did a nice job, you know, come back when we needed to.
Aaron Donald told us that he hugged you and told you he loved you out there. Can you comment on the effect you have on your team?
That's a whole lot better than we used to be chasing me, but so I'll take it. Those hugs are a lot better than the old ones. So, no, I'm just trying to be myself. I'm lucky to be in a locker room with guys like that. There's so many different guys on our team that are, you know, great NFL players, great people. You know, I was the new guy coming in, and they embraced me, which was awesome. And I'm just trying to be myself every single day, bring my best every single day, and see where that takes us.
After the first couple of weeks that Cooper Kupp had, conventional wisdom would say, okay, they'll really take him out of it. Why did he still have such a big day?
Yeah, you know, Cooper's a talented guy. You know, some of those, you know, plays were great play calls by Sean. A couple checks here and there where we got to some stuff where he was going to be open and did a great job. You know, he'll be the first guy to tell you when everybody else around him is playing great, it helps, you know, and that's what we got going on right now. DeSean had a great game. Higbee had a good game. Woody made a great catch on 3rd down, had a good game. I mean, when we get that going, it's tough to zero in on one guy. And, you know, Cooper just got his opportunities and made the most of them. Yeah, Sony was great, you know, for a guy that's still, I consider him somewhat new to the team, had no offseason with us. You know, to step in there and play like he did today was awesome. And our guys up front, you know, it starts and ends with them. You know, our guys can go try and get open. I can try and throw the ball, but if I'm not standing up right back there, we got no chance. And they did a hell of a job today against a really good front, an aggressive defensive coordinator that wants to send pressures. They did a great job of picking them up and giving me time to, you know, to kind of survey the field and get the ball to the right guys. So every week we talk about, you know, being the most physical team, and that starts with those guys. And, you know, I think they did it again today.
We talked a lot about the offense and how it can evolve and become its own sort of living thing. Is there sort of a joy for you in that problem solving and maybe not knowing what's fully possible yet?
Yeah, definitely. I think, each team we go up against presents a new challenge for us every single week, and we have to go out there and try to find a way to solve that problem and figure out the best way to score points. Some weeks, like this week, it's going to be throwing the ball a lot more than we run it. Other weeks it'll be vice versa, maybe down the field, short passes. But I think Sean does a great job of giving us a game plan that really keeps the defense on their toes. I mean, we threw the ball underneath today. We threw screens. We threw it over the top. We ran the ball. We play action. We did a little bit of everything. So when he's got us going like that, it's fun to go out there and execute them. No, they'll get your attention quick. It's a really good football team. I played Arizona a bunch in my past when I was in Detroit, so I'm a little bit familiar with them. But high-powered offense, game-changing players on defense. Added, J.J. Watt to the mix, so they're a really talented group. It'll be another big challenge for us. But the only thing we can do is prepare for the next one and go out there and try and get a win. Yeah, at some point I saw him. He was going crazy, which was awesome. It was a lot of fun to play. We kind of talked about earlier in the week, possibly getting a chance to get D-Jack down the field on that one. I'm glad he went to it, and then we were able to execute.
All set. Last one.
Great defense, but you were able to score those touchdown passes. What were you seeing from their defense that made that difference?
It wasn't easy. They're a talented team. I think our guys did a great job of getting open, getting behind them. A couple times. Higbee did a great job of scoring on the screen. Cooper did a nice job twice, kind of catching and getting it in. So, he's an aggressive defensive coordinator. They're an aggressive defense. We had some opportunities, in some tight coverage, and our guys won those matchups, which was huge for us.
Thank you. Last one.
You played with some great players in your years at Detroit, but this seems like the first year you're playing with so many at the same time that can do so many different things. Is that true? And if so, what's it like to be in that kind of
Yeah, I don't want to rehash all the years I was there, to be honest with you, but I just know that, I feel grateful to step in the huddle with the guys that I have, both the guys up front that are playing at the level that they're playing at right now and the guys, around me in the skill position. So I'm enjoying every minute of it, trying to make the most of it, and seeing where it'll take us. Thanks.
Talked at length at times about how hard you worked this offseason to not only take over this lead role, but also to contribute in the way you have. What's that journey been like for you, and what did tonight, putting it all together, feel like for you?
Yeah, this past offseason, I spent a lot of time with myself on bigger picture, right? Seeing what this looks like for me long term. I know I have the talent. I know I have the organization to help me get to where I envision, being as a player, but also as a leader of this team, and especially of this defense. So for me, I just come to a realization of, hey, listen, I can't negotiate with myself if I really want to be great. And I think I just bought into having a great camp. I think we all competed our butts off, and I honestly think that's why the momentum from that is why we're having some great team success. It's not a gimmick, but I took every day in training camp and OTAs to really get better, and I think it's just paying off. I love my coaches. They believe in me, and they just let me do my thing. They let me go lead, and I feel confident in that. And coming off a year like last year, I could get a lot better. So for me, it just be locked in, and what a team needs me at the most to go out and execute on a weekly basis, and have a lot of work to do. You guys know this season is long, and I just got to get better week in, week out. I think one of the greatest things I implemented in my process was a plan, right? No matter win, lose, or draw, that I'm always getting back to. Coming off last week, wasn't the greatest ending for me, but it was more about reflecting, coming back to myself, and going back out there and, really, really responding. And it had nothing to do with the Rams. It had to do everything with me. And, it just I'm a competitor. I like to compete for full quarters. So that's what it's about. You know, me trusting my process, and that's what I did. As soon as we flew back to LA, I got back to my process. I said nothing matters, and just took it a week at a time, a day at a time, I should say. And you know, we're reaping rewards from that.
Kenny, what was it like the moment you sacked Tom Brady?
Honestly, I say, man, I just sacked probably the greatest player of all time. That's pretty dope. But I try not to get a flag by over-celebrating. So it felt pretty good, though. But I know that, you know, with the coaches that we have, me trusting, you know, the other 10 guys to go out there and do their job, I could just go out there and play fast. But it felt very, very good, honestly. That's my first sack on a GOAT. But it felt very, very good. And it felt even better to celebrate with my teammates and get the dub.
Yeah, you were a star at UCLA. Now you're a star with the Rams. How does that feel being in the same city and continuing to grow?
You know, man, I envisioned as a kid of always, you know, giving somebody a big part of myself to go out and do something great, and that was involving football. And it just happens. I guess it's, you know, by the grace of God that, you know, my undergrad was here, and things work out. I go to Baltimore for a year and some change, and things don't work out, and I go back home to LA and to go, you know, put on a show for the Rams. But I just think, man, you know, it just feels very, very good. This city, I love this city. I love the people. I love how diverse it is. And, you know, for sports, you know, I think it's time that we, you know, get serious about trying to get us a championship for the city. Other sports are doing it. And, you know, that's one of the things I personally want to get done is, you know, make it for football. And it just feels amazing, honestly. Whenever I have an out-of-whack situation, I always drive to UCLA about 20 minutes and, you know, go walk the campus at night, just feeling, you know, what it was like. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to go study and play ball at UCLA and, you know, come back here and do it on a pro level.
About going back to campus or that space that kind of gives you that calming effect and helps you in that way?
What's that?
So what is it about, you know, doing that, going to UCLA to clear your mind that helps in that way?
Yeah, I think it's just more me feeling it again. I think I'm very appreciative of every step of my life, whether it was horrible, whether it was very good. I'm very, very appreciative. So anything that's helped me get to the process of where I'm at now, I always try to go back to it. Early in my career, my first 2 years, you know, I would just shoot back home to Louisiana and just go see what life is like back there. Most of you guys don't envision what it's like to, you know, be in a place where there's a million people with no lights and, you know, they have nothing to do. And, you know, life is different back home, and that's where I come from. So I never try to forget where I come from, whether it be going to UCLA, whether it be flying home to Louisiana. I'm always trying to grab inspiration from somewhere, and I think that's what keeps me grounded and keep me going forward, and just appreciating, you know, the beauty in the process.
Just after a week to reflect, what did happen last Sunday? What did you have to do to get past it?
I think, you know, that was a situation for me where I think I learned the most about my attitude and how important, you know, everybody is to this team. I think for me, that was a continuum of events that had stemmed from the first half, and a couple of instances happened where a similar situation was going on, and I was trying to look out for my safety. Where when it happened in the third quarter, you know, I just happened to I got tackled to the ground, and I just felt like I wasn't safe. Wasn't nobody's fault, but I got to do better with, you know, my maturity of controlling, you know, my emotions. And that was a game. That was a hostile environment. I know Quentin Nelson because we did the combine together. We did the training. So I already know he's going to come with it. But I want to say I learned from it. I didn't mean to bump into the referees. People that know me know that's not my character at all. I just love ball and doing it with a ton of passion. So I moved forward from that. I learned from it. I think I matured and grew from it personally, and I think that, you know, that was a situation where probably won't even happen again as long as I'm playing, you know, pro ball.
All set?
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for